What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 2 NHL 26 Utah Mammoth Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for the last episode. If you leave a thumbs up on this one, I really appreciate it. Also, too, if you actually missed the last episode, obviously, be sure to check that one out first. Now, we didn't win the Stanley Cup or anything, but obviously, you want us to see what we did there with the team, how we set them up. The Tampa Bay Lightning won a Stanley Cup, so 3 straight years there, Florida teams. That is, I think, Tampa Bay's 3rd cup in 7 years, so I mean, kind of a dynasty. They also have a final in there. It'd be up to your definition. Now, looking at our team here, we got Keller, Cooley, and Gunther, just the core guys. On that top line, getting a +5. Second line here, you got Alex Tuch, Nick Schmaltz, and JJ Peterka. Third line here, we got Perfetti, Hayton, and Iginla. Should obviously mention we made some pretty big trades for both Alex Tuch and Cole Perfetti, although Perfetti we actually kind of got for cheap. Fourth line, there's Kerfoot, Stenlund, and Paul Cotter we brought in, literally just to throw the body around. Defensively here, we got Sergachev and Anderson on the top pair. Speaking of big trades, that was a big one. Dursey, Marino on the second. Simashev, Lemeru both getting called up. This is going to be both their rookie season. And we'll definitely talk to both these guys about the scheme fit. Same with everyone else in the team, just trying to boost that chemistry. Power play 1 here, I think, honestly, looks really, really good. Last year, goals for-wise, we weren't that great. So hopefully, this year they can score a bit more. Second power play, -2 sucks. But honestly, the players there are good. Obviously, Iginla has that elite potential. Look at the PK, definitely I think a strong suit of this team. We got some really solid two-way players, like Tuck here's quick, 95 shot block, 90 stick check, PK2 even. Kerfoot's kind of sneaky good there. He's got 87 awareness, 90 shot block. PK3 also not too bad. We got, Cooley and Schmaltz on it. So last year this team was a playoff team. This year I'm expecting the same, and hopefully can make it a bit deeper in the playoffs. AHL-wise, they're okay. Like Dino Boot there, first line left wing, brought in Brendan Brisson as well as Kaliev there just to, help scoring. Kayla Yamamoto's still there. We actually made a pretty nice trade as well for Samuel Riley, 20 years old, medium top 6. I could see him being like a future 3C for us, maybe take over when like Hayton's contract's done, wants too much money. Defensively here, now that Lemeru and Simashev are both called up, we don't really have any great defensive prospects, but we can fix that. Goaltenders there, both, mid-70s. So, like I was saying, overall, definitely think we should be a playoff team. I think last year, too, the AHL team made it as well, but I would like to kind of take a next step here very soon, try and, turn this team from a regular playoff team into a true contender. Now, look at the ratings for this season, guys. We got 92 offense, 89 defense, and 86 goaltending. Let's see how they do. And before we get started with the sim here, guys, looking at contract extensions, I feel like we definitely have some really good ones. Clayton Keller for sure, $7 million. What a contract that turned out to be. Only have him there for 2 more years, though. Dursey, $6 million, will probably end up being, I don't know, similar. Marino's going to want to raise. He's a solid defensive defenseman in our top 4. 5 point, that's actually not that crazy. We do need him for 6 more years. If he would take just a small pay cut, say like $5 million right on, which looks like he might, especially he wants 10% no trade. We get him 36, 50. I think with 50, he'd probably say yes. Pays him till he's 35, so it shouldn't really start to drop. And that's only at 600K raise. So yeah, honestly, that's good. Peterka needs to get going here. Making 7.7 as an 85. Needs to be doing better. Lemeru hasn't played an NHL game yet. So yeah, we can get him kind of cheap. I feel like, is he a guy that makes sense to just kind of lock up? Obviously, this is kind of the way the NHL is going. You're paying for that future success. And now trying to get him locked up long term, he has absolutely no interest. It looks like we could get him, though, for like $3 million on a 3-year. That's a lot better, I think, than 1 year at, what was it, like 1.75. This way, of course, if he does get better, which he should, I don't have to worry about, extending him until the cap's up a bit. Plus, we have some other flexibilities. Shilovs, I think, is a nice backup goalie. Unfortunately, cannot extend yet. And look at this, guys. Caleb Denoye, 81 overall, actually went back down to junior. So 81 overall in junior. His role there's 3rd line. I swear he was like a 79, so he must have jumped during the preseason. He better dominate because Iginla there's the same rating, and we actually had to make the team. And again, that's just weird how he literally was a 79, all of a sudden 81. Sometimes that happens. And there we go, guys. Marino accepted his contract extension. I feel like that's awesome. Lemeru also accepted. Okay, so having, 2 defensemen there locked up for the next 3 and 5 years, I think, is very good. Speaking of defensemen, Hawk and Paul's on waivers. We don't really need him. Wow, he's down to a 76. Yeah. Definitely don't need him now. And so right now, guys, we're at the end of December. Record here, 15, 16, and 4. So I think last year we also kind of started off pretty slow. Not going to freak out quite yet. We're 5 points back there, the playoff spot. I feel like this team should be doing better, but like I said, we still have a lot of time, so we'll wait for the deadline to kind of decide. AHL team that was crushing it, 21-9. That's at least good to see. All right, guys, now we're at the trade deadline here. The record of 25, 28, and 8. So I'm not really sure what happened to the team this season. I thought they were going to take a step forward. Unfortunately, took a step back. 58 points, puts us second last in the division. We are only 9 points back of wild card, but chances of obviously making up that ground are slim to none. AHL team, though, continues to play well. 33, 17, and 2. 68 points there, puts them second in the division. And the AHL scoring lead there is Dino Boot with 43 points. I do think he can definitely make the NHL potentially as soon as next season. Clayton Keller there, 60 points. So I think at the deadline he's already got as many points he had last season, which is good to see. But obviously this team, not playing too well. Vamelka there I do see below 900. So I guess we're a conservative seller. Try and, tinker this team a bit. Definitely, a lot different than last year. We're making some moves. Darcy Kemper. I mean, he's 36. Could bring him back to Arizona where he played quite well. Vince Dunn, John Carlson, Jonas Brodin there, Drew Doughty, Spurgeon, Zuccarello. I mean, we're trying to make hockey trades here that makes us better, not only now, but in the future. All right, guys, we don't have much time left. We'll try to make a big trade. I'll show you later. But right now, trying to trade Cotter in a third for Bo Akey. Just basically trying to get something back for Cotter on a one-year deal, playing fourth line. Kind of a weird stat line. 8 goals, 1 assist, minus 11. And Oilers say no to that one. I thought, honestly, that was pretty fair. We could throw in like a 7th here. And now they say yes. Okay, so Akey, of course, we're just basically getting back something. Now, the one big trade I was trying to make that took up basically all the deadline time and was kind of for naught is trying to actually get Ivor Stenberg here from the Devils. You can see a ton of value, elite potential player. Was a top 5 pick in 2026. Unfortunately, the Devils have like no cap space, so I was trying to like take guys back, do different things, and just could not make anything work. So unfortunately, wasted most of my deadline time there. Obviously, we're like in a weird situation still where I don't think it makes a ton of sense to sell a ton for us. But like I said, I am trying to make some moves, especially with, teams having decent players on the block. Like, for instance, the Jets here have Sasha Boumediene. I feel like he's another guy could be decent. If we can get him here for just a role player, it makes a lot of sense. And now the Jets do like Alex Kerfoot. Maybe we can trade him and one of our 4th round picks here for Sasha Boumediene. The value is actually on our side. We just have to pick back a contract. So we'll do, I guess, the worst value one there, Wallinen. I mean, would they say yes? Wow, trades accepted. Okay, so I think we made out pretty good there. We got a couple, decent young defensemen. Forward-wise, we still have Denoyer to call out. Same with Daniel Boot. I think we're set there. And obviously, goaltending is probably more of like a free agency thing, or maybe the summer, try and find, a better one to trade for. And the trade deadline is not complete, guys. Like I said, unfortunately, we wasted a lot of time there with Stenberg, but still ended up making a couple nice moves, I think. Let's see, a lot of picks being moved. Edmonton there gets Matt Roy. Jason Dickinson there to the Vegas Golden Knights. Nick Jensen to the Lightning. You got Fabro there to the Flames. Kevin Hayes to the Canucks. You also have Jonathan Duran going to the Canucks. Siblikov there, the Devils. Justin Falk to the Leafs. Okay. Thomas Novak to the Devils. That's about it. And now after the trade deadline, guys, just an updated look at the team. Obviously, top 6 is the same. And they should be doing a lot better, I feel, than they currently are. Especially guys like JJ Peterka, Alex Tuch. Peterka's actually dropped in rating. 3rd line there, also the same. Iginla. Was hoping for more from him from his rookie season. 10 goals, 7 assists. 4th line there now has Kaliev, Brisson. Did not want to call them up, but the game auto did it. And they had to go through waivers to send them down. So might as well just leave them. Defensively there, no change either. And again, goaltending, we'll see how they can finish. But probably looking for a new starter this summer. And then in terms of the AHL team, guys, so without Brisson and Kaliev, you got Boot, Alexandrov, and Yamamoto there on the top line. So it's still not too bad. Losing our top 2 forwards isn't ideal. The good news is once the regular season's over, we could actually send them both down, and we'll just call up, like, 2 crappy guys to NHL. And now check this out, guys. I just had a head coach conversation pop up. I thought that only happens when you make the playoffs, and that's exactly what we did. I don't know how. We were 9 points back. Our head coach, Tournier, saying we decided to make the playoffs this season, and we officially clinched a spot. Again, don't know how it happened. We'll obviously have to take a look here and see. I was actually simming through looking at the AHL team because I figured it'd be interesting to see, how they do without their top 2 players. Not even thinking the NHL team had a chance. So I'll stop the simulation here and we'll take a look just to see, like I said, what the NHL team did in the final couple months. 91 points there, still with a game left. So after the deadline, I mean, picking up tons of points. Like a couple losses there, 1 in a shootout, 1 in OT. And then you've also got like 7 wins there in 9 games, lose a game. Oh my gosh, then you win 5 straight. Shootout lost another point. They then win another 3 straight games. Oh my god. So we lost 1 game in regulation to the Nashville Predators. We got shut out after the trade deadline. Other than that, we had 3 games we lost in OT or shootout, and the rest were wins. What a rally from this team. I mean, we didn't actually trade away that much other than the 4th line. Everyone always says, too, like, 4th line, you need those grinders. Somehow, a couple AHL scores and getting it done. And again, AHL team there is still in a spot. 2nd place in the division. And I guess I jinxed it, guys. We actually lost the last 2 games of regular season in regulation. Luckily, does not matter. We got the last wildcard spot there in the West. We actually had a 6-point lead on the Oilers and the Jets. So, again, I don't really know how this team pulled it off, but I'm happy either way. And now taking a look at the scoring leaders, Clayton Keller there at just over point per game. Hopefully he can keep building on that. Want to see him be like a 100-point guy. Dylan Gunther, 77. Cooley, 76. That's good to see from the top line. Serge 57 is also really good. Tuck, 55, not bad. Paterka, 51. You'd like to see a bit more. Same with Schmaltz there. Perfetti, 37, minus 24. Okay, so the 3rd line, I don't know. Hayden there, 35. Definitely not as many goals last year. Anderson, 33. I mean, Stenlin's not too bad for 4th liner. Ginla there, 15 goals, but shouldn't have less points than our 4th line center. Brisson, Kaliev, actually, wow. Kaliev, 8 goals. Brisson, 9 assists. So just feeding him the puck, I guess. Vamelka there did get better because he almost had a 900 save percentage by the end of the season. AHL, Vaholkin there, 929, so he's playing really well. Dino Boot 60, Alexandrov 59, Yamamoto 41 after that. Nobody in the 40s is kind of crazy for a team that's, second in their division. In terms of the entire NHL here, guys, you actually have the Maple Leafs winning the President's Trophy, followed by the Avs, Flyers, Panthers, only other teams with 100 points. We finished 15th. We actually were like, top half team. We definitely earned our spot. I didn't even realize Vegas. I thought we had the final wildcard spot in the West, but I guess it was just because both wildcards were in the Central. So we'll be getting the second best divisional winner. And last there's Pittsburgh, above them Chicago. So kind of like we're back in the, 2005 to 2007 era for the NHL. Goals for Maple Leafs there were first. Jets were the worst. I don't see us, so we're in the middle. Goals against, the Capitals were the best. Penguins there had the worst. We had the third worst goals against. Wow. Look at this. We're the only team with bad goals against. So I think our defense isn't that bad. We did have 2 young guys on the bottom D pair. They should be better next season. But again, like I said before at the deadline, I do think we'll definitely try and explore options there to get a better goalie. And never mind, guys, I just remembered Vegas, even though they had less points than us, they had the third divisional spots where we were the worst wild card. So because of that, we're playing the Avs, who won the West in the first round. So obviously they're stacked. They have McKinnon, they have McCarr. They got Brock Nelson still in the team playing first line left wing. Gavin Brindley's a 2C now. Landeskog on the third line. Okay, they have a lot of the same players, honestly. Defensively, Tate's still there. Ferraro on the team. Casey, Girard, goaltending. Blackwood there, still the starter. So, they basically just added, like, ancillary players. Nothing too crazy. I'm sure Vegas odds, we are the underdog here big time. But you never know. Maybe this is the start of a Cinderella story here for the Utah Mammoth. Couple ice teams, I guess you'd call it. The Mammoth versus the Avalanche. We lose in game 1 there, 4-2. Second game, we win 4-2. Okay, so headed home, tied up with, winners of the West. I don't mind that at all. Game 3 is a 2-1 win. Okay, let's get the momentum going here. Unfortunately, game 4 is a 3-2 loss, but we're still tied up in this thing. Basically, a best of 3 now. And game 5, there's another win, 5-2. Game 6, here we go. Can we clutch up at home? And we do 6-0. Vamelka actually posting a shutout there to move us on to the second round of the playoffs. First time in the second round in this franchise's history, as obviously last year we bounced in the first round. And look at this, another Ice Age matchup. You got the Mammoth versus the Preds. I love that one. If you guys somehow didn't watch Ice Age as a kid, I feel like you're missing out for sure. So take a look here, guys, next at the Nashville Predators. First line there, they got Forsberg, Stamkos, and Marchessault. Okay. Zuccarello on the team now. O'Reilly down to 82. They also added Brian Rust. Braden Shen there as well. Okay. Brady Martin just a 4C. Defensively, they got Perbix top pairing. Other than Yossi, the defense is pretty weak. Obviously, Saros there is a great goaltender. So I think I like our team better than the Preds. We'll see what happens, though. Round 2, I think they're going to have the home ice advantage, and yeah, they are. So first 2 games here in Smashville, and we get a 5-4 OT win, and followed up with a 4-1 win. Okay, so, up 2, headed home. Can this team do the unthinkable? Game 3 is a 5-2 win. Game 4 is a 5-4 win. Let's go. Are you kidding me? Averaged like 5 goals a game that series, and we sweep the Nashville Predators to move on to the conference final. Another first in franchise history. Let's go. Looks like we're going to have the Vancouver Canucks here, so this should be a good matchup. Obviously, Canucks have some very good players led by Quinn Hughes. All right, so look at the Canucks here, guys. I actually added Anders Lee. Interesting. Besser, Hiddle, DeBrusk, all still there. Eberle's on the team now. Lekkerimäki on the 4th line. They added Kevin Hayes defensively there. Hughes on the second pairing is would literally never happen. It just would never happen. So let's just call it what it is. Demko, their starter, obviously still pretty good. Also, guys, look at the matchup here. You can see the goalies are actually really tied. They both have a .92 save percentage. Vamelka's actually got the lower goals against. Now look at the teams here. We're somehow first in the league in goals for in the playoffs, which is incredible. Also, we're first in goals against. You guys saw during the regular season, we had like the 5th worst goals against, so I'm not sure what changed. We obviously didn't make any moves. Even like lineup changes, they just left it the same after their, huge run post-deadline. Power play is not looking great, so maybe you can edit that a bit. PK-wise, also pretty equal. And then Gunther there, 18 points, is actually leading score between the 2 teams. And so I just fixed up the power play, guys. After the trade deadline, I just let it be like whatever the best lines were, which had 5 forwards on the top unit, which I don't really think makes sense. So I have Sergeyev back there. Also, we have Turka there now instead of Tuck. And then right there, you can see the second power play. Ginla's actually the shooter on that one. So we'll see if that makes it better. I think they have one of the worst power plays right now in the playoffs, so can't really get much worse, which is really funny. Like, one of the worst power plays while being first in goals for. So I guess these guys are just, insane 5v5. But here you go, guys. Utah versus Vancouver. First game's in Van, and we're actually up 3-1. Let's go. Paterka, Anderson, Keller, DeBrusk for them. 4-2 now. Lekkerimäki, Peterka again. 5-3. Jersey and Lee. Let's go. So good start. And here we go, guys. Game 2. I'm about to start simming. Peterka already has one on the power play. So there we go. That was a good change. Schmaltz there adds one. Bluger for them. 3-3 now. Schmaltz again. Hogler, Lekkerimäki. We're almost doubling their shots. And we hold on there. 5-4. Let's go. Gunther, Schmaltz again. So up 2-0 headed home. This is exactly where we want to be. So here we go, guys. Game 3 now in Utah. Up 1 early. Marino. 3-0. Schmaltz and Tuck. And we hold on there. 3-2. Couple late goals from the Canucks, but not going to be enough. So here we go, guys. Game 4. Chance to sweep in the conference final. It looks like Panthers are actually up 3 on the Flyers. 2-0 early. Keller, Hayton. 3-0 now. Schmaltz, who's actually played really well. And we hold on there. Vejmelka. I think that's back-to-back shutouts in like series clinching games for him. So that is pretty crazy. And we're going to take a look here. Or sorry, not back-to-back. He did it in round 1 and in round 3. Also, too, in terms of the East, the Flyers are actually holding on. They avoided the sweep, but they're down 3-1 here. And we do face the Florida Panthers now in the Stanley Cup Finals. So the real-life back-to-back champs, obviously. Tampa Bay won it for us in year 1. Look at the goalies there. Vejmelka's got a 9-2 now. Bobrovsky, though, 9-2-7. Rest of the matchup, we're still first in goals for. They're only 8th. Goals against, we're still first. We're absolutely like, this is a Cinderella run. Again, we were the 8th seed in the West. Power play wise, we're actually better than them. They're probably one of the only teams worse than us. PK wise, they're a little bit better. Barkov also outscoring Gunther there by 1 point. But overall, like looking at the matchup, I think we'd actually be the favorites. On paper, I'm sure, though, it is the Panthers. So Tkachuk, Barkov, Reinhart, unreal first line, all 90 plus. Even second line there, Verhaeghe, Lundell, and Marchand. You got Luosterainen, Bennett, Samoskevich, Rodriguez, Gadjevich, and Boakfist. Literally, the forward group hasn't changed because all these guys are still locked up long term. Forsling, Jones, Ekblad, Mikula, Kulikov. They actually brought in Brent Burns, so one minor detail. And they also brought in Radzik there to be the backup. Other than that, this team's the same one that won those back-to-back cups. So we'll see what happens here, guys. Did not expect to be here. Again, at the deadline, I took a look at our first-round pick trade value, and it was so high. Like, we actually maybe could have traded it for Stenberg, but I figured, it has a chance to be Landon DuPont. That might end up being really dumb. Was trying to, make a trade a different way. But obviously, as it turns out, I definitely should have moved on from that first-round pick while it had, top 5 pick value. Obviously, I would rather, be in the cup final, though, than being in the lottery. And look at that. Gunther immediately gets one. Unfortunately, we're down 3-2. Gunther actually got back-to-back goals there to lead us off in the Stanley Cup final. 3-2, still after 2. And let's go. Are you kidding me? Brisson there on the 4th line. And then Iginla with the game winner. 2 rookies. And we actually take game 1 in Florida. I guess I should mention that, too, guys. Obviously, the Panthers here have that home ice advantage as we were that 8th seed. So game 2 here. And 3-2 now for them. Wow. Okay, so Barkov this time leading out with 2 goals. Reinhart, Schmaltz, and Keller. 4-2. Maybe we can come back here in the 3rd. 5-3. Cooley got 1, unfortunately. Still not enough. All right, guys, so here you go. Game 3 now. Series is tied 1 apiece. Luckily, we're headed home to Utah. Stanley Cup final in year 2. Not as good as Vegas, obviously, year 1, but we'll take it. Up 2-1 there, too. Gunther and Sergachev, Samoskevich for them. Wow. And then they answer back in the second. 4-3, they take the lead. I mean, we're still only down 1 here, and we're doubling their shots, 31-16. Wow, unfortunately, can't find a goal in the 3rd. So, we're down 2 on the series now. Obviously, though, still right there, still fighting. Hopefully, can win game 4 here, tie this thing up, make it a best of 3, which is obviously what we're always looking to do. Just stay in it, stay around, and then try and, win this thing in 7. So, game 4 here, guys, still in Utah. 0-0 after 1. 2-1 now for the Panthers. Anderson actually with our lone goal. Verhaeghe has 2. And we tie it up. Gunther, can we get a hero? Are you kidding me? Seth Jones. Okay, so lose 3-2 there in game 4. Have to win the next 3 straight games. I mean, after the deadline, we won a bunch of games in a row. Obviously, going to be tough here against this Panthers squad, but I have faith. So, game 5, this is obviously do or die from here on out. And we're up 3. Let's go. Peterka, Keller, Iginla, all in the power play. Okay, our power play is firing. That's probably 106-0. What? Another power play goal from Gunther. And win that one 7-1. Unfortunately, I don't get the shutout for Vejmelka, but wow, what a game. So here we go, guys. Game 6, back at home. Did not get a win at home yet. We need one here. Down 1 early. Come on. We're actually getting outshot pretty bad. 1-1. Let's go. Cooley. I'm just going to send the whole period. Are you kidding? Or sorry, for a second I thought they won. 3-2 win. Let's go. Stenlin actually 19 seconds left on the PK. Scores a shorty to force this thing to 7. You love the heart and soul there from like a 4th line grinder. So here we go, guys. Game 7. All of a sudden we're 1 win away from being Stanley Cup champions in Fort Lauderdale. Can we pull it off? And 0-0 after 1. Okay. After 2, it's 2-2. Brisson and Sergachev for us. Boakfist and Burns for them. Definitely Not who you'd expecting to see scoring these goals. Currently out shooting them slightly, but actually already tied up. So here we go, guys. Are you kidding me? Matthew Tkachuk, of course. Still, though, lots of time left here in the third. We just need one. Force this thing to OT, and then we can win it. Power play. We saw how good it was before. Can't get one. They have a power play. Kill it off. 2.5 to go. And cool. For a second, I thought maybe we tied it up. Unfortunately, empty netter from Kulikov. So you can't be too upset. I mean, down to the wire. Third period. Stanley Cup final, Game 7. Unfortunately, there we lose to the dynasty that is the Florida Panthers. And now the large results are in here, guys. Boston actually dropped from 4-1 to get Landon Dupont. Wow, I mean, that's actually kind of crazy because we got Landon Dupont in our Boston series. St. Louis there from 3-2, so Pittsburgh unfortunately falls. Same with Chicago. And taking a look at the playoff tree now, the Panthers beat the Red Wings in 6, Islanders 7, Flyers in 6, and then, of course, they beat us in 7. I mean, I still can't believe like we made the playoffs, let alone Game 7 Stanley Cup final. I think we cannot be too upset with the way this season ended up. Obviously, early on, we didn't even think we'd be anywhere close. Gunther there popped off. Same with Cooley. Hopefully, I mean, 1.5 a game in the playoffs. That should improve their rating. Cooley, there's an 89 right now. We'll see if he grows. Keller was also over point per game. So the first line working really well. Schmaltz, Sergachev, almost points per game. Super impressive for Sergachev as a defenseman. Paterka there picked it up. I mean, even Brendan Brisson, 11 points as a fourth liner is really impressive. Vamelka at 9-1-4. Maybe we don't need a goalie. Like, I don't know. It's going to be so tough to make some decisions now. This team really just kind of tough to grade where they're at. Obviously, our first ever clearance is Campbell. Individually here, Matthews, Art Ross back-to-back. Actually, I just realized I totally forgot to check the stats for the entire league. I felt like I was missing something earlier, too. So, Matthews, 129. Nylander, Tavares. That must have just been their first line. That's crazy. Barkov, Makar, McDavid there, rounding up 100-plus point players. Kaprizov, McKinnon, Draisaitl. Looks like Matthews also got the Maurice Richard there, 63 goals. Obviously, Makar there leading the way for defensive scoring. And then goaltending-wise, you have Stolar's there, most wins. Logan Thompson, though, save percentage, and the best goal against. So he should be winning the Vezina here. And then rookie skaters. Unfortunately, it's not going to show us because basically they're no longer rookies. It's kind of weird how that is, even though you're looking at, like, last season's stats. So individually here, like I said, Matthews, Art Ross, and the Hart. Makar, James Norris, third straight year. Cheat code. Matthews, Lady Bing. McGrory got the Calder. Barkov, Conn Smythe. Logan Thompson got the Vezina as we predicted. Also got the William Jennings. Mad at Bill Masterton, former player of ours. Sharks coach there, Wasowski, Jack Adams. I mean, I feel like we could have won it based on the comeback. Crosby, Selke, Matthews, Ted Lindsay, and of course, Matthews, Maurice Richard. So Matthews is kind of looking like a cheat code, honestly. Barracuda there got the Calder Cup. Individually there, Gusev, most points, MVP. Haight there, most goals. Jarechek, best rookie. Also got best defenseman. And Nguyen there, best goaltender. Quentin Musty, MVP of the playoffs. Gusev, sportsmanship. Pina Niemi, hopefully I said that right, community involvement, and then Nguyen also had lowest goals against. And next year, guys, taking a look at retired players, I feel like Brent Burns isn't on the list. Wow, Corey Perry was actually with Grand Rapids. Jonathan Toews retired, so only plays a couple more years after coming back. Mark-Edward Vlasic, Jeff Petrie, Jack Johnson. No one too crazy. Goaltending-wise, yeah, same thing. All right, guys, we're at the draft now. As I mentioned, Landon Dupont here, probably going first overall to Boston. Yeah, he is. You got Alexis Joseph there. Some other medium elites, Jacobson. I mean, again, we thought we were going to be picking there. No longer the case. Gems. Okay, that's a third overall. I thought that was a steal medium elite. You never know, though. Maybe our scouts. Okay, right winger, Peter Hossa. The next Marian Hossa. Going to be like a late third rounder. I love that. Bethal there, I think, potentially medium elite. Carlson there, late first. We actually could take that guy. I feel like he's probably medium top 6. Ozzy McIntyre, I'm almost positive is medium top 6. And now we're picking 31 here. That Carlson guy is ranked 25. I don't like moving up in the first round. I feel like if we're in the 20s, though, it's probably fine. We're making a trade here with Dallas. I was looking through the rest of the guys, and honestly, not a great draft, at least in terms of like what our scouts found. So we'll see here. Can we make a trade? 31st plus a 5th this year and a 5th next year to move up to 23. And the stars do say yes. So we're just going to sim to our pick here, guys. Edgar just went. Looks like it's going to be mostly medium top 6s. Medium elite there at 14. Swartz to Montreal. You also got Marjamiki, 77 medium elite to the Sabres at 13. So again, those are created guys. Same with Schroeder there. They always fall below the real guys. I'm not sure why that is. And so we're going to make our pick here, guys. Like I was saying, I'm going to take Carlson. Hope for the best. Honestly, I'm not even sure. Medium top 6. Okay, but he is a 74 to the draft, which isn't too bad. And now next year, guys, I'm going to trade the Red Wings, offering up a 4th and a 7th for their 3rd. This to make sure we get that Hossa guy. He's supposed to go like 90, so just want to be safe there. Get him in like the 80s. Again, guaranteed elite. If he's even, you know, half the player Marian Hossa is, getting him where we are is definitely a steal. So Right wing there from Slovakia, which is obviously really cool, like same country. Two-way forward as well. 49 overall, so he's going to take a while to grow, but still, like this guy literally looks like next Marian Hossa. And now our next pick here, guys, is in the 5th round. I'm going to take a look and see if there's just anything worth taking. Honestly, might trade out of here. Yeah, like we have one medium top 6, like 2 bars, low elite there, 2 bars. This isn't good. I mean, Brodeen, I guess we take a chance on. And he's a medium 7th. Now I'm going to try and trade our 6th round pick this year, guys, which is a late 6th. It's like the second last pick in the 6th round. For the Penguins 6th next year, it's on the block. They want ours. And they say yes. So honestly, we might have just moved up potentially 30 spots in the next year draft because Penguins, as I showed you guys, are pretty bad right now. Same with the Blackhawks. Now, only 3 picks in that draft, but that's okay. We did make the Stanley Cup final. So we're at the resign phase now, guys. We can give Tournier a new offer. I mean, he did just bring us Stanley Cup final. He wants $5 million. I don't know. I don't think he'd be a $5 million coach after one Stanley Cup final appearance. I'm talking real life. In game, I guess he is. And now next year, guys, we're going to take a look at the money we have to work with. So we got $8.3 million in cap space. Keller there going to get paid next season. Now at 92. Gunther 90. Sergeyev 90. Cooley only 89. I honestly wonder if the low franchise there is worse than elite in terms of his rating growth. Tuck there's back to 87. Paterka went up by 1. He wasn't 85. So had some pretty good growth. Ginla there now in 83. Again, Denoye I do think makes a team this season. So probably going to play him 3rd line left wing. So maybe we honestly move on from Perfetti because Perfetti, 37 points. You definitely wanted more than that. Stenlund was a bit of a hero. Short-handed. Clinched that series. 4th line center. So I'm going to pay him. Definitely going to take a little bit off, but basically what he's asking for. And now with him too, try and find, you know, some more physical, defensive 4th line wingers than Kaliev and Brisson, but definitely bring back both those guys for the AHL. And then looking at goalies here, guys. So Vemelka under contract. Shilovs, what's he want? 800K. Wow, that's actually insane. He can be the backup for whoever we have. That's really good. 83, you guys saw in free agency, goalies were asking for like 1.8 or even 2 million if they were like an 81 or 82 backup. So insane discount from him. And there we go, guys. Tournier is coming back. I mean, we did just offer him a ton of money. And suddenly they're also accepted his offer. I think he was like pretty much the only guy that was in the NHL. The rest were just AHL signings. And so next year, guys, are going to take a look at free agency. Obviously, don't have a ton of money to spend. We do need a couple 4th liners. Quinn Hughes, tired of playing second D pair, goes to the market, wants 18 million. Honestly, I mean, that's Kaprizov money. We're also like 2 years in. That's not bad for a 96 overall D-man. If we had that money, we'd definitely sign him. And I mean, even if we clear up the cap space, it would probably make us lose Clayton Keller. So we're probably okay with, you know, Sergeyev and Anderson. Looking here at the rest of the prices, they're actually more reasonable this offseason than last, which is kind of interesting. I don't quite understand that one. Curious to see goalie Sam Montembeault up to an 89, wants 13 million. My goodness, Freddie Anderson there wants a ton. Dismiss actually pretty cheap. Same Mrazek, Varlamov. Okay, so yeah, it seems like this summer the asks have gone down. I don't know how that makes any sense, but it seems to be the case. Lucas Reichel here, 25.79 is an RFA. Okay, I mean, you could still make an offer on him. Obviously, real life was just traded to the Canucks. 1 year, $1 million. Just try and get him for the AHL team there if we can. Noel Gunler, same thing. Just could be a good AHL player. And he says yes. And now Alex Wang here, not signed for some reason. 1970 medium top 6. He could actually end up being pretty good. Basically, like, slightly better version of Reynolds. Reynolds, though, is a defensive defenseman. I'm not sure why teams are letting go these 19-year-olds that are, you know, pretty good potential. Make him an offer. He also says yes. All right, guys. And now next year, kind of giving Edmonton almost a gift, offering up Perfetti for a 2nd. Look to have pretty equal value. Maybe you could even squeeze like a 5th out of them as well. We'll try this. And they say no, swing the value just a touch. I tried doing a 6th. They still said no. Try a 7th. And there we go. Okay, so 2nd and 7th for Perfetti. Again, Denoye, he's just kind of getting in the way of his ice time. And also, too, gives us a bit more money here to have Keller resign next year, as well as, too, this season, I want to try and get, you know, some veteran 4th liners. They can be 1-year deals, whatever. And now Stefan Noesen here is available. 84 overall at 34. Power forward. Defensive stats aren't the best. He does have 87 defensive awareness, though. Slow guy, but body checking, strength, can score. I mean, 2.4 million kind of seems like a steal, to be honest. So 2 years, I'd probably rather a 1-year deal. Drops it quite a bit. I mean, we'll try the 2 years, 2.4. He says yes. I think, you know, no clauses or anything, so worst case, can trade him away if it doesn't work. And then next year, guys, I want to try and get Nick Foligno. Wanted to get him last year. He's 39 years old, so definitely a 1-year deal. Has both the truculence and born leader X factors, so can throw the body, be a, you know, leader there in the bottom 6. 90 body check. Defensive awareness is also not that bad, so I feel like as far as the 4th line goes, like, these guys could actually go out there, play pretty well. He says yes. I mean, making the Stanley Cup final sure helps. And now we have 8.9 million cap space, which basically we could just use at the deadline if we are competitive to bring in, you know, an absolute star player there. At 50%, we could bring in like a $16 million player. So feeling pretty good right now. Also, guys, Lucas Reichel rejected our offer, decided to take whatever one Canucks gave him. And now look at this, guys. Blue Jackets offering us Sean Monahan here. For Carlson, who we just drafted, Boumediene, Hicks. I feel like we don't really have a spot for him, though, so guys say no. And now Chicago offering us Tyler Bertuzzi. We do have the cap space to take him on, but again, our team's pretty set, so wait till the deadline to do anything big like that. And I was looking around the league, guys, just to see who's on the block, and check this out. Quinn Hughes signed with the Anaheim Ducks for $18 million for 6 years, so their team just got a whole lot better. And the reason I was looking at the trade block, guys, was trying to find a potential goalie, but honestly, all the elite ones you can't trade for. Costa would be like the best guy. Same rating, though, as Vejmelka. And again, Vejmelka just led us to the Stanley Cup Finals, so I feel like we should just hold on to him. And now look at this, guys. Philadelphia Flyers here offering us Travis Sanheim for Hossa, who we just drafted, elite potential, plus Boumediene. Honestly, don't really need Sanheim. Like, our defense, honestly, already pretty stacked. I'll show you guys just what I'm talking about here. And actually, first, got to talk to our head coach, Tournier. So, season goal here, I assume, oh wow, compete for the cup. I mean, we didn't make the cup finals, so that makes sense. And then in terms of preseason focus, so first year was 5v5, second year was conditioning. This year we're going to do strength. John Carlson being offered us now too, that's crazy. Again, like, I think we're actually in a pretty good spot. I'm guessing we're one of like the few contenders that actually have some cap space. That's why we're getting a lot of nice offers here. But I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Like, this team honestly is pretty, poised here for the cup run. Plus we have like $9 million to spend at the deadline. So first line here staying together, Keller, Cooley, and Gunther. Again, Cooley there with the low franchise. We'll see what happens with that. Tuck, Schmaltz, and Peterka, so our second line. We then have Denoye, Hayton, and Aginla on the third line. Aginla's now an 85. Denoye here's an 84 in his rookie season. I feel like he could do really well. Fourth line there, you got Foligno, Stenlin, and then Nosen, which, like I said, I think should be solid. And I think Foligno might have dropped. Was he an 81 before? For some reason, I feel like he was higher, but whatever. We got him for the X factors. Defensively here, still the same. Simashev, though, and Lamer on the bottom pairing, both 84s now. Both roll top four, so I mean, probably only had them 1 year on the bottom six. That way we don't stunt the growth. Sheloves and Vejmelka, both 85. So that's actually huge. Got to make sure that Vejmelka gets most of the starts. AHL-wise, Herbel, actually an 80 overall now. Blokin, 79 backing him up. First line, you got Daniel Boot, Brisson, Kaliev. I like that a lot. O'Reilly is a 78 now, like I said. I see him making an NHL team. Even like O'Brien actually brought back to be just like a fourth line enforcer guy. Defensively here too, got Aki on that top pair, Boumediene on the second. So, the young defenseman we traded for do have a chance to, show what they got in the AHL. And then finally here, guys, I'll show the ratings for next season. Also, do want to mention, in case my voice sounded a little bit weird, I actually started Invisalign, which I think has definitely, affected my voice a little bit. Now, in terms of the ratings, guys, we have 93 offense and defense with 88 goaltending. So I definitely like to look at this team. Hopefully, can make it back to that Stanley Cup final, make up for the heartbreaking Game 7 loss we experienced this season. But until then, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, leave that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.